Good evening and welcome to the news. I'm Dinesh Rentle. Here are today's top stories. Meghalaya to host Northeast India Infrastructure Summit on June 15th and 16th, focusing on infrastructure growth and investment opportunities in the region. UDP begins its preparations for the upcoming Lok Sabha by-election and remains open to support from other parties, says party president Meghalaya. UDP MLA Paul Lingdaw reflects on the exit of several senior UDP leaders and rules out any leadership crisis in the party. Prime Minister Narendra Modi chairs the 11th Niti Aayog Governing Council meeting in New Delhi. Chief Minister Conrad Sangma participates in Viksit Bharat 2047 discussions. And the 2026 FIFA World Cup kicks off today. Mexico face South Africa in the opening match at Estadio Azteca. First, let's look at the local news. The government of Meghalaya will host the Northeast India Infrastructure Summit at Lariti on June 15th and 16th, bringing together representatives from all northeastern states, union ministries, industry leaders and investors to explore regional development opportunities. Commissioner and Secretary PWD Sanjay Goyal said the summit aims to serve as a regional platform for investment and infrastructure growth, with confirmed participation from multiple stakeholders. The event will focus on sectors including connectivity, tourism, logistics, aviation, digital infrastructure and PPP investments, and will feature exhibitions and policy discussions to promote the Northeast as an emerging investment destination.
That is still in the process of finalization and will
local embassies.
all we being the host state platform for everyone to understand. I cannot want to launch it. That is still in the process of finalization and will
Local embassies.
all we being the host state platform for everyone to understand. I cannot want to launch it.
UDP President Meghalaya on Wednesday said the party has begun preparations for the upcoming Lok Sabha by-election, holding meetings with leaders, workers and supporters, even as the election schedule is yet to be announced. He said the party is also tracking the special intensive revision of electoral rolls. On possible support from the Hill State People's Democratic Party or the HSPDP, Lingdaw said there has been no communication so far, while adding that the UDP remains open to backing from parties, groups and individuals.
Not gone into the full swing mode because the announcement of the election date also is yet to be notified. But looking at the SIR exercise that is being, yet to commence immediately, and that also one part. So side by side, the election cannot be held. So one has to take a call for it. So it all depends on the government and the election commission.
So a few campaigns have taken place.
We have just started.
Yeah.
We have just started in a low mode, and basically we are going to meet all the party leaders, party workers, and all well-wishers who would like to attend those programs, but not in the public. No communication so far from HSPDP. But we are still keeping the door open for any individual or any political party or any group to extend the support for us.
BJP MLA A.L. Heck on Wednesday said the party will continue its efforts to secure the inclusion of Khasi and Garo languages in the 8th schedule of the Constitution. He noted that both languages already enjoy associate official language status in Meghalaya and said the next step is to press the centre for their recognition in the 8th schedule. Heck added that BJP legislators, including the party's cabinet minister, are pursuing the matter with the union government.
The inclusions of the Khasi and Garo language. So recently we have seen the government of Meghalaya, the government of Meghalaya, MDA government, MDA2, have already sent that ordinance and approved by the honorable governor. So this one we have been done in the past also for the ordinance. Now also, before also and now also, in Meghalaya, state of Meghalaya, the Khasi and Garo is the associate official language. Now also, it is already through the ordinance only. So now the important here is we have to we have to request and appeal to the government of India to include into the 8th schedule for the recognitions of the Khasi and the Garo language. BJP and also we have 2 MLA, 1 the Honorable Minister. They are pursuing this to ensure that the government of India will recognize the Khasi and the Garo languages to include into the 8th schedule of the constitutions of India.
UDP MLA and former Cabinet Minister Paul Lingdo on Wednesday pointed to the departure of several senior leaders from the United Democratic Party over the years, including Bindo M. Lanong, Samuel Sangma, Jemino Mautho, Lambor Malyang, Robert June Kharjarin and Amanwar. While declining to speculate on the reasons behind their exits, Lingdo said many leaders who helped build the party had moved on and that people should reflect on the reasons. He also dismissed suggestions of any leadership challenge within the party.
Well, I will not give you any opinion, but I can name prominent leaders who have left the UDP under the current leadership. Bindo M. Lanong, Samuel Sangma, Jemino Lambor Malyang, then Robert Kharjarin, Dr. Amanwar. So this is just a reminder of facts. I won't even say anything on it. Why these gentlemen have left is for your viewers and the people of Meghalaya to find out. I will not say it's the start or the end or the middle part, but the fact is you have so many prominent personalities who have contributed immensely to the polity of Meghalaya, and these gentlemen have left.
Power Minister Medba Lingdo has ruled out any immediate move to privatize Meghalaya Energy Corporation Limited, also known as MEECL, saying the government's focus is on strengthening the utility and improving its financial health. He said MEECL has shown encouraging signs of recovery and expressed confidence that it could return to a stronger position within the next 2 to 3 years. Lingdo also announced that MEECL has cancelled the letter of award issued to Sai Computers Limited for power distribution in Mausanram subdivision and will take over operations to ensure uninterrupted supply, clarifying that the decision was taken after due process and was not linked to recent incidents.
The part as far as the privatization is concerned, I mean, we have never thought of is basically we would like to see how the MCL comes back into a healthy, platform, and we are working in that. So the trend which is showing now for the last few years, I think it's a good trend. It's very positive, but I think still some more years we have to go. But I think after maybe perhaps 2 or 3 years time, perhaps we will be back and corporation will be, financially especially, will be in a better position. So we had decided to cancel the letter of award that we given to the Sai Computers Limited, and the corporation will take over if there's no other way or that we can take over from there. But however, the corporation will do the needful.
Senior BJP leader and Pinthor Umkhra MLA A.L. Hek on Wednesday said efforts are continuing to seek amendments to the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act or the FCRA, claiming that the union government has responded positively to concerns raised by stakeholders. He said he had written to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and received assurance that his suggestions would be considered, while also welcoming reports of discussions being facilitated with concerned groups. Hek further said any move on ILP or strengthening MRSSA must be carefully assessed for practicality and impact, stressing the need to balance residents' safety with the interests of visitors and tourists.
I request the state of Meghalaya, the government of Meghalaya and the people of Meghalaya. So whenever we are and want to introduce the ILP or the MRSSA in the state of Meghalaya, we have to see first the doable, which is to be which one to be done, do and don't. So the doable part only, it should be beneficial for all the people, not only for the people. We to see the interests of the people of the state of Meghalaya, and also we have to see the safety and the interests of the people who are coming to the state of Meghalaya.
Mawson Ram MLA Olan Singh Sun on Wednesday welcomed the Meghalaya Power Distribution Corporation Limited's decision to take back operation and distribution of electricity in the Mawson Ram subdivision after cancelling the letter of award issued to MS Sai Computers Limited. The award was revoked as the company failed to fulfill required conditions and signed the distribution franchisee agreement within the stipulated period. With the cancellation taking effect, MEPDCL has resumed direct control of power supply in the area, with Singh saying the move would improve accountability and service delivery.
Kabhai ladam di bakhi kirang basunam, ladam kri di bakhi kiseng malang, ngatrai kani kam kanang peteng bay. Di nomor ba, nga tanga super snow, nakalian yungi kinom ikman, malpakani ka subdivision Mawson Ram MCL ka kentup baro ikaw ka Mawson Ram konstitusi. Shiteng ya karani kor konstitusi, shiteng ya maplang konstitusi. Okay, kila cancel ya ka, mentang kasi, spotri. Kani ka kamu hapsim hi ka corporation kan hapsim hi ka MCL kin ay tenda ki ngatrai kin ay franchise na kin masyu kamti lagi ka ay franchise kan khot na koi ka tendar na kin pe hi maki kin na hape hi na maki matang trai mar babar oi pabagi kwa ba kan pe no hi ka MCL nomor ba pe hi ka di ka corporation ka badi ka try jong kani ka badi ka try kani boarding te ka bani kran ni e khamso hi.
BJP MLA A.L. Hek said any proposal to introduce railways in Meghalaya must be preceded by a detailed assessment of its impact on the state and its people. He stressed that all stakeholders should be consulted and that projects must balance local and national interests while ensuring they do not adversely affect communities. Hek also said he had raised the demand for the Institute of National Importance or the INI status for the Northeastern Indira Gandhi Regional Institute of Health and Medical Sciences with Union Health Minister and BJP President Jagat Prakash Nadda during his visit to Meghalaya, though no detailed discussions were held beyond related engagements.
See the doable, which will not affect the small populations of Meghalaya, will not be affect the people who are coming to Meghalaya. So this is have to look after all precisely. We have to be very study first before bringing this kind of project to introduce in the state of Meghalaya. We have to study which is important should be doable for the interest of the state and also within the national interest. Regarding the INI of the Negrin Hospital, this is not the first time. When Mansukh Mandavia, when he was health minister, that time also I have written to him, and also he had acknowledged me very clearly that is under the considerations. So recently, when the Honorable Union Minister for Health and Family Welfare, Shri J.P. Naddaji, came to Shillong to inaugurate the RE Hospital, so I got an opportunity to meet him, and also got a letter given by all the Negrim Employees Associations to recognize the Negrim Hospital as the INI, the Institutes of National Importance. So that one also he already given he told that he will examine and assured me it will be considered.
In a setback to the Congress in Ribhoi district, senior leader Rocky Marwin has resigned as president of both the Ribhoi District Congress Committee and the Umsning Block Congress Committee. In his resignation letter to the Meghalaya Pradesh Congress Committee President, Marwin cited personal reasons and clarified that his decision was not due to dissatisfaction with the party or its leadership. He thanked the Indian National Congress for the trust and responsibilities given to him and wished the party success in its future endeavours. Meghalaya Commercial Truck Owners and Drivers Association, also known as the MCTODA, spokesperson Wanchwa Nongtadu has extended support to Marshal S.B. Biam, who has been on an indefinite hunger strike since June 1st, demanding the resumption of coal mining in East Jaintia Hills. Nongtadu said the protest reflects long-standing grievances since the NGT ban in 2014 and urged the government to address the issue through appropriate amendments to mining laws while calling on residents to support the movement for the district's economic livelihood.
One more. Since 1984, the NGT have burned a rat mining hole in 2014, but it's already 30 years. We have got opportunity since 1984 till 2014, with almost 30 years. But since 2024 till now, I think it is almost 12 years. But my question now, in these 12 years, we have seen a lot of governments have promised to our peoples, especially the livings in Jaintia. They have come and goes with the promise. They have come and goes with the promise. But till now, we are very sad to see that we have gained or we have got only this promise without no action. I humble request and I appeals to all my colleagues who are reside in East Jaintia, please come out and support to our Marshal, because this is not for his personal benefit. This is a whole benefit of our East Jaintia Hills.
The Khasi Students' Union East Jaintia Hills District has extended support to Marshal S.B. Biam, who is on an indefinite hunger strike since June 1st, demanding the resumption of coal mining in the district. Led by District President Streamly N. Suchen, the union said the ban on coal mining since 2014 has affected livelihoods and led to youth migration for work. The KSU urged the government to address the issue and reiterated its support for efforts seeking the reopening of coal mining activities in Meghalaya.
Halor gajing sathan jong no samlarang ba aga program desu ya sarkar ban madla ane ga program desu ya sarkar ban ane ka sarkar gam desu ban songklikti ane gam desu ban kingsting halor gajing ya inti jong no samla ban ikan tujur ya ka sarkar jela baga de ban le halor gane daga ba plino ya de yong khnang ba hipaj ba jong jela Meghalaya kinyo banti sup yang numar pemdeu mar kamba TV bagai selama kali ajongi kadon ya kasih sidul udah try muluk udan gohok khandeu udah kejongi omban batai dah gipat hene kasa mentas tang sarkar hi bahkan pembej mardor yang kam.
Ranikor MLA Pius Marwin yesterday inaugurated the newly constructed building of Chibak Government LP School in Southwest Khasi Hills District, built under the school infrastructure upgradation project at a cost of 44.79 lakh rupees. Speaking on the occasion, Marwin said education has remained his top priority and highlighted efforts to improve educational infrastructure in the constituency. He also said several promises made during the 2018 election campaign, including better roads, school buildings, health centres and electricity services, have been fulfilled, while acknowledging that more development work remains to be done.
Two things I want to remind regarding this government school. When I won election in 2018, first thing, they came in newspaper that in Domyaset, there is the name of government school, but the government denied because there is uranium. They didn't give government school. Just I heard that, just within 5 or 6 months, I put a scheme. Domyaset now, just maybe household around 15 or 16 household, but government school is there, teachers is there. Secondly, there is a one again complaint that in Rondangai, there is government school, no building, but no building. Everybody, our people know Rondangai now. The school is nearby the road only. Just after I heard that, see Rondangai, government school is there or not. In each and every village, tell me, regarding government school, I don't want to hear that there is no building, there is no teachers, and there is no student. This is my promise. Because we know government school, especially we help for the poor.
Let's now move to regional news. The bodies of 6 Naga men allegedly abducted on May 13th were recovered yesterday in Manipur's Kangpokpi district after a joint search operation by Manipur Police, Assam Rifles and the CRPF. Police said the deceased are believed to be among those taken hostage from Leilon Vaiphe village and that legal formalities are underway. Following the recovery, the United Naga Council called a 24-hour shutdown in Naga areas and demanded the removal of Manipur Deputy Chief Minister Nemcha Kipgen. The incident triggered protests and large gatherings at the mortuary of the Jawaharlal Nehru Institute of Medical Sciences as relatives and community members sought answers over the killings. Here's national news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today chaired the 11th Governing Council meeting of Niti Aayog at Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi. Addressing the meeting, Modi highlighted the importance of quality education, skilling, employment generation, MSME growth and women-led development. The meeting, themed Inclusive Human Development for Viksit Bharat at 2047, brought together chief ministers and lieutenant governors to discuss strategies for sustainable and inclusive growth. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma and Chief Secretary Dr. Shakil P. Ahmed also attended the meeting. And now let's look at sports. Athletes from Shillong Taekwondo Academy under the All Meghalaya Taekwondo Association, also known as the AMTA, won 5 medals at the first Sikkim Open International Taekwondo Championship 2026 held in Sikkim from June 6th to June 8th. The medal winners were Ridhawan Gurung, who won gold, Clifford Loiram silver, Hameshanki Nonkanri silver, Jatin Goda bronze and Nebarisda Natep, who also won a bronze medal. AMTA congratulated the athletes and coaches, stating that the achievement reflects the growing standard of Taekwondo in Meghalaya amid strong national and international competition. The 2026 FIFA World Cup gets underway today across the United States, Canada and Mexico, marking the biggest edition in the tournament's history. Featuring 48 teams and a record 104 matches, the competition will culminate with the final on July 19th. The tournament opens with hosts Mexico taking on South Africa in a Group A clash at the iconic Estadio Azteca. Mexico entered the match in strong form, unbeaten in their last 8 games, while South Africa make their first World Cup appearance since 2010. More than 80,000 fans are expected to witness the opening match at one of football's most historic venues. And now for the weather report. In Tura, the minimum temperature was 24 degrees Celsius with the maximum at 29 degrees Celsius and relative humidity at 78%, while rainfall came in at 1.4 millimeters. In Shillong, the minimum temperature was 19 degrees Celsius with the maximum rising to 25 degrees Celsius and relative humidity at 67%. Rainfall was measured at 6.6 millimeters. Meanwhile, in July, the minimum temperature was 19 degrees Celsius with the maximum rising to 25 degrees Celsius and relative humidity at 74%. Rainfall came in at 3.2 millimeters. The forecast in Tura, Shillong and Juai say moderate rain with thunderstorm is likely at many places. And for our viewers just tuning in, here is a quick recap of today's headlines. Meghalaya to host the Northeast India Infrastructure Summit on June 15th and 16th, focusing on infrastructure growth and investment opportunities in the region. UDP begins preparations for the upcoming Lok Sabha by-election and remains open to support from other parties, says party president Metba Lingdaw. UDP MLA Paul Lingdaw reflects on the exit of several senior UDP leaders and rules out any leadership crisis in the party. Prime Minister Narendra Modi chairs the 11th Niti Aayog Governing Council meeting in New Delhi. Chief Minister Conrad Sangma participates in Viksit Bharat 2047 discussions. And the 2026 FIFA World Cup kicks off today with Mexico facing South Africa in the opening match at Estadio Azteca. And with that, we come to the end of today's news edition. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you at the same time tomorrow. Have a good evening.